Hi, my name is Joshua Burnson, and I'm running for the board for the 2023 election for the National At-Home Dad Network. A little bit about myself. I live in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. I am married. I have 3 kids. I have a 16-year-old daughter, a 9-year-old son, and then a 4-year-old son who's on the autism spectrum. Past positions that I've held while before becoming an at-home dad, I used to be the operations manager for the Indianapolis Children's Choir. I've held several workforce management positions. I was also a phlebotomist for a time. I became an at-home dad when we moved to Florida because of my wife's job. The cost of daycare was essentially going to eat my entire paycheck, so we decided that I should stay home with, at that point in time, just my daughter, and then 2 other kiddos came along the way. I discovered the At-Home Dad Network in about 2020, I believe. I joined it when trying to find a bunch of different groups that I could, try to build some friendships with, try to build some connections and relationships with. I went to my first convention in Cincinnati, and that was the 2021 convention. Completely fell in love with the organization as a whole. I didn't know what I was getting into until I experienced it for myself. So I want to continue to push that for other dads. Building that relationship is so key, and it's transformative. Over the couple of years that I've really been involved with the network, I've become more empathetic. My relationship building skills and how I see the world has just vastly improved. I have been involved with the network pretty heavily in the last year and a half. I help put together the newsletter that goes out each month. I'm also a part of the social media team, so a lot of the posts that you see on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, I have my hand in that as well. As far as what I see for the National At-Home Dad Network in the future, I want us to continue to grow. I think we're in a great path already. I think as an organization, we have learn to be more open, learn to see other people's views, learn to listen and to care. And I feel that these are all great things, but I feel that there's always room for improvement. So I want to continue to make those strides forward. Other than that, I just want to thank you guys for considering me. And I feel like I am a good utility worker. I want to get in there, and I'm willing to do basically whatever it takes. If there is a need, I would like to fill it, and I would like to help in any way I can. So hopefully I get your vote, and I can continue to serve the National At-Home Dad Network either on the board, or I will continue in the capacity and just volunteer in any way that I can. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Orvis Brackeen. Please bear with me as I could not find anywhere to mount my phone so I can be able to record this because I'm too tall. But I wanted to let you know that my name is Orvis Brackeen. I'm a stay-at-home dad of 2 handsome, amazing boys, identical twins, Orvis Jamal Brackeen II and Angela Lamar Neal Brackeen, and with my beautiful wife, Angel Brackeen. And I want to run for the board. I was able to go to HomeDadCon in Phoenix, and it totally changed my life and for my family. And I've been actively involved with helping with the Dad Lounge, and Brock Lush recently given me the proverbial keys to run the Dad Lounge. And with your vote for the board, I would be able to help in any way I can. I can bring my smile and a positive outlook, ideas, and eagerness to help in any way I can. And I believe that I will be a great asset in any way I can to the board. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Hi, my name is Kyle Denny. My first convention was in 2018 at Orlando, and it was my introduction to the organization. I spent the weekend having coffee with other dads, listening to great speaker content, and enjoying time away from parenting. So it was was a nice reset, and I just knew I had to give back to the organization. So I had served on the planning committee for the last 2 years. This year, I helped start the Dads Run This House 5K. It took me and the entire planning committee to get it going, but it was an amazing success and helped raise some funds for the Fathers Overcoming Adversity Fund. Also, I started book club in 2020. We've read well over 30 books, and it's been going strong for over 3 years. If I'm elected to the board, I hope to make the 5K a more seasonal event throughout the year, to make it virtual and help keep raising funds for father-related charities. I would like to serve on the new run committee, as well as continuing on to the convention planning committee, and then getting involved in the scholarship committee, because that's how I got to my first convention. And it's awesome to give that to another dad. So, thank you for listening to my speech. Hope you enjoy your convention, and thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Paul Gordon of Hartford, Wisconsin. Hope you really are enjoying the convention. As being part of the team that put it together, I know we did our best to put on a great time for all of you. Also working on the Beer Share Committee since Milwaukee was announced last year, our goal was to make the share the best extracurricular of the con. I hope you found that to be the case. Now a little about me. I grew up in the small town of Kohler, Wisconsin, where volunteering was a way of life. As it is a small town, nothing would get done without the volunteer crews I grew up around. I'm an Eagle Scout and really learned a lot about selflessness in my time in scouting. I'm also my church president, committee chair for my kids' club's Cub Scout pack, assistant coach for my son's baseball team, and I'm the team manager for my other son's soccer team. I also substitute teach at my kids' school on the days that I'm free. I really love what this organization stands for and really want to help it grow to a better place, both financially and in membership. When I see a problem, I generally think logically and thoughtfully to help solve it. I suppose sometimes I could come off as abrasive or overcomplicating things, but when I see a solution, I get excited to share my thoughts and work with people to get that resolution in place. I'd really appreciate a vote for me, but I'm sure all the candidates are just as awesome, so pick the best person for you.
Hi, my name is Chris Griffin. My wife and I have been married for 12 years. We have an 11-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son. I became a stay-at-home parent because the cost of childcare was way too expensive. Plus, our schedules were conflicting with both of our jobs. I stayed a stay-at-home parent because I absolutely love it. I'm great at my job. I love being there for them. I love being a goofball. I love taking them to school, picking them up from school, taking them to after-school activities, and everything in between. I'm running for the board of the National Home Dad Network because I love its inclusivity, the community outreach, and the trajectory that this organization is going. Being a parent of a special needs child brings unique experiences that can help continue that inclusivity, that community outreach, and the trajectory that I believe that this organization can go. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nick Hargis. I'm not charismatic. That's okay. I'll bring a different set of traits and skills. I'm introverted and won't typically initiate a conversation with a stranger, yet I found a lifeline in this network. I joined the National At-Home Dad Network in 2016 as an isolated dad looking for other dads like me, a full-time stay-at-home dad. At the time, my wife and I had 2 children. Now we have 3 kids 10 and under, including a feral 3-year-old. My first HomeDadCon was in Minneapolis. I've attended every year since. Over the years, I've become more involved with the network, first moderating some network-adjacent mental health groups online and being an advocate of the mental health support breakouts at HomeDadCon. Then adding 2 years being a member of the Brian Dixon Memorial Scholarship Committee. Last year for HomeDadCon Phoenix, I served on the planning committee and was honored to share my experience as a panelist on the Raising Kids with Disabilities panel. Before I was an at-home parent, I was a special education teacher. My education background has taught me the value of clear communication, goal setting, and accountability. My children, in their boundless curiosity, remind me constantly to ask, "Why are we doing this again?" These values guide my vision of intentional efficiency for the board. The National At-Home Dad Network has fostered my growth as a person and a parent. I want the network continuing to empower others to thrive. I'd like to use my voice for my fellow introverts, dads of young children, and especially dads who might not be able to attend HomeDadCon otherwise. I am humbly asking for your vote to be elected to the board to support you in any way I can. Thank you.
Hello. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dale Van Vlera. I've been a stay-at-home dad for nearly 5 years to my 3 boys, ages 13, 6, and 3. I've been a part of the National At-Home Dad Network's Facebook page since 2021, but became a member and got more involved with the organization at the beginning of this year. This year will be my very first HomeDadCon, and I'm really looking forward to meeting all of you and gaining some professional development that I can use in my everyday life. I want to be on the board so I can give back and give any help possible to an organization and a group of fellow fathers that has given me so much. I'm currently the volunteer coordinator for the organization and currently serve on 2 of the boards within my HOA. The HOA boards do not require much of a time commitment and would in no way interfere with any duties as a board member of this organization if you were to elect me. Prior to becoming a stay-at-home dad, my professional experience was in customer service and proofreading. I also volunteered with the preschool that my wife was the director of. I helped with various projects around this preschool, read to the children, and assisted my wife with writing and editing grant proposals and grant presentations. If elected, I would really like to see us grow our social media and online presence, as well as growing the number of fathers who partake of the Dad's Gotta Talk mental health check-ins. I think a lot of stay-at-home dads can't find local dad groups, and even finding mom groups in less populated areas is very difficult. Expanding our digital footprint could help more stay-at-home dads, especially those from less populated areas, find a brotherhood. This, paired with really pushing Dad's Gotta Talk, would help stay-at-home dads to feel less isolated and alone. I hope that you will give me the chance to be on the board and continue the great work that the organization is doing. Thank you.